right, the final chapter of chapter 9, the fake village Q. What's going on here? We met Kuro and Illya, and they're doing some weird things. Apparently, we destroyed the taboo statue of Prisma Illya or Prisma Cosmos or some sort of stupid statue. What? Was that not good enough, guys? Was it not like those village type of things? Not really. You were close, but not good enough. It says, yep. Unfortunately, girls, you're missing the point. It says you try to detect someone. You try to detect someone, your prey, with the sound of a bell, and when the bell rings, you throw the heavy object from the quote-unquote storage, and I thought you were like trying to hunt something, to be honest with you. My goodness, it's quite correct. If it wasn't for us, that could have been very dangerous, you know. You could have hurt someone physically. By the way, they weren't as that hurtful or effective because we were able to destroy it because they were just slow. The fact that they were just rolling within our feet area, not chucked at it, so it was a bit less dangerous than you thought. It says, hey, you gotta understand, we at least check for servants before we do these things, okay? I said, after all, if it's servants, we can just toss it and roll them no problem without you all getting hurt, right? I was feeling that you might react nicely and destroy it right off the bat, so I was kind of hoping for it. Oops. Ruby, what is the meaning of this? I thought this would work. I told you in the first place, didn't I, that something's a bit off. We shouldn't do this. It's quite troubling indeed. 最近はむやみに祠や異常を吐かすのが、依頼界隈のトレンドだと聞いたんですが。It says, I heard that the modern trend currently is to go to these secluded villages and destroy statues and graves willy-nilly without any repercussions and consequences. By the way, Irikuro-chans, are you guys doing like the leaders of the opposite faction of this Purisuma village or something as well? We just met Miyu recently, so I'm kind of thinking you two are the same, right? That's right. We're, in the first place, this area's Shrine Maiden, and became the leader of the opposite faction, and we got sent by. But we can't even stand a chance against Miyu, so we keep on losing over and over and over and over, and a lot of the ally villagers are all kind of gone. Ah, I see. So the priestess and the villagers are all acting as accordingly to their will. And the villagers work with the priest maiden. It's very secluded village-like style. It says, yeah, since we can't help it, me and Illya usually took a truce, and we're just kind of having our own little fun to get some little bit of a enclosed village attraction shenanigans and enjoying ourselves. Just think about it as us two resistant faction fighting the Miyu faction. Even two of them combine their power together, they still have no match for Miyu whatsoever, though. Hey, it can't be helped. We knew this from the very get-go, though. But, besides, Miyu's the real deal, and she's gotching and role-playing. If you guys don't know, Miyu is an actual shrine priestess, right? Because if you've watched any of the Prisma or understand any of the Three Girls lore, Miyu came from an alternative dimension, and she technically is a quote-unquote Illya of Fate Stay Night. Like, she's essentially the priestess of the Holy Grail of the other dimensional value. Simultaneously, she is practically, right, the wishing girl. And she is a priestess that does silly magics. Technically, she could do an amazing magic, but currently we are in his summer effect, so we kind of got the Lancer one, which is the crazy one. But on top of that, yeah, her, like, one of her actual family lineage is for her to be a priestess. So that's why Illya is saying Gachi, as in, like, she's the real deal. After all, we can't beat the real deal. He says, yeah, that's right. After all, Miyu's born and raised on these secluded village-like types in the very first place, after all. When it comes to basic experience and information, it's totally on a different parameter. And because her personality is being all straightforward, all straightforward and being honest to a T, I think it's the problem. It has made the gap difference so wide. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, she probably sympathized and synchronized with this area and the system so a little too well in a weird way, and I feel like she kind of bugged out in a weird way. She definitely has her own volition and her realization that the fact that she is the priestess, right, of this secluded village persona kind of got taken over, and she's not pulling any punches towards us whatsoever. I suppose within all three of you guys, she was the most priestess-like person of them all. Yeah, it's definitely Miyu. It says, I don't think Miyu changed. I think she's herself from the very get-go, in my opinion, but... Huma. I see. What? Wait, didn't you say something about you don't have any allies or friends? Then isn't that mean what makes Miss Komahime that guided us to this road, perhaps? It says here, we bought her. We bought her utilizing our hard-earned resources of what we have left. It says, at this very rate, at this very moment, we can't hesitate. We must use backhand tactics and backstabbing techniques. I can't do this any longer. If we don't pull off our own 100% every method, we have no chance to even crumble the empire of Miyu from this, from just a mere scratch. It says, well, I'm pretty sure Miyu has that, like, super bright Luvia card or something like that, so, I suppose if we were to utilize our cash and, try to do some back doors and, reputational things, I feel like we're going to lose in that instantaneously. It's essentially Luvia's black card, right? The quote-unquote Luvia's magical credit card. Because if you don't know, Miyu's under Luvia's protection, and Luvia adapted her, and Luvia has money. Oh, by the way, you two, what have you been doing up till now? 今はほとんど誰も寄りつかない我々の本拠地に大規模を用意していましてね。お客さんの宿泊施設とか Oh, dang. Okay. It says, yeah, we currently can utilize. We asked them, what do you got, right? What are you guys doing? What do you guys got? So Ruby specifically says, we have our current home base, right? Yeah, we prepared a large room, a quote unquote location, a hospitable location where people can rest and take days off if they want to. So we come in. It definitely feels very Eastern, and a large room at that. It's definitely got the vibes. I think I'm down for staying here for the night. It says, if you've noticed, Miss Illya would have decorated it a lot more cuter. There it is. Well, I decorated it cuter because murderous vibe was very scary. I don't think people want to spend the nights in there, right? So I felt like I was hoping they can enjoy themselves with these cutesy things. And as always, Illya, she thinks like a child. Hey! Kuro, didn't you say something like if we need dolls and candles, it's a perfect room for intelligence? And I thought we experimented it, and in the end, it looked a lot more like Halloween, didn't it? I know what you've done and what you've tried. Don't talk like that. That's, well, I just got the confused, that's all. Okay? It says, yeah, I just came back from vacation. Yeah, I'm a transfer student after all. Isn't that a setting you used when you came to our school? Anywho, as you can see, Shenanigans A and Shenanigans B has occurred, and things look eerie, and as you can see, we are in trouble because of them. Then, I got it. I've got a plan. Master, please lend us a hand. It says, we need to fix Miyu back to normal. And the best way to do that is kind of just hit her where it hurts. Yeah, in a one single strike. And meaning that we have to be on the side of winners in this village battle, or else she won't wake up from this, I think. I've understand the situation now, but Master, what are we gonna do? To be very frankly honest with you, it's such a bother and a nuisance, is my honest opinion. Well, my decision will be what Master says. I think it's a good idea. We should go help them out. I was interested in becoming on the staff side, and maybe becoming a staff side, it might be more exciting and fun. I heard that you can gather a lot more points being a staff member in the first place. It says, yeah, simultaneously, we've got a reversal effect and other attachments too. So think about it. In this situation of peak poor area, able to turn it once it around. Can you imagine the sheer amount of pee-pee we can get all at once, Mas-chan? That's right. Even if you were able to succeed and both participated as visitors and staff member wise, combining total will be able to earn at least 100 times of the current point that you can accumulate. That is the probability factor. It says, yeah, we can't waste time too long around here. So being able to get a chance to obtain a lot of points does sound intriguing. It says, I suppose so. After all, at this rate, we're not even counterattacking or fighting back. The best we can do is just kind of a nuisance here and there like this. If we're going to aim big, we're going to aim for that one shot, one large, huge counter and win our faction. Means that it's so much better to just solve the problem outright than farming it, tirelessly farming it, tirelessly farm endlessly. It says that's perfectly fine. Pay 1 gold to dream about 1,000 gold is a step of depravity towards gambling, a gambler's fallacy. So I will let you dream as such. It says, yeah, if succeeded, all I need to do is insert myself while you are feeling the dopamines of joy, and then you won't able to let me go. And even if you were to fail, I will be right next to you and absorbing all your despair and unfortunate and coddling you slowly to my depravity. I suppose it's a good double option that I can go for. I'm quite jealous of this person. It seems that she can change up her tempo whenever she likes. She must have quite the confidence in herself. So, in actuality, how are we going to be able to win against the village over there? I don't want to lower your quite the fervorous morale, but honestly, currently, with the human resources simultaneously in debt, and all the physical and non-physical and populations and every single aspect, we are losing by a mile. It says, if you were all to join at the very beginning of this system in Bonanza, things would go out swell. However, it says, yeah, however, comparing to those wannabe priestess girls, and now the words is now being spread that these two girls are phony priestess, and so our populations has been down. And hey, what do you mean that phony? Just strangling. Why, you little? This is anywho. The sheer fact that the experience when it comes to Maiden things, fighting against Miyu is insane. The gap in experience is too much. It says it can't be helped whatsoever if we were to fight in that aspect. It says, do we have any other weapons we can utilize specialty just for us? So 2 people, 2 different villages. And we're in a secluded timeline. I think I just found one of our weapons. Oh, really? Wow! As expected of Master. But what's more important is it a weapon usable that we can utilize this in the one-shot turnaround capability, right? It says, yeah, a large cannon that can booty blast the enemy faction and able to fight down a one shot that can take down a soldier is a completely different story. What do you think, Busta? You've got that? Yeah, tell us about your plan. You're making an interesting face, Matcha. Do you think it might not work? I see, I see. I suppose it could technically work, but you're right. If it's just that, we currently do not have enough firepower. It says we need to mix it up with additional properties and additional attributes. Fortunately, I have a sneaking suspicion that we might be able to pull off. And that is? It says in the Miyu district, right? The Miyu no district, every night there's the temple, some sort of ritual. A festivity occurs, apparently. It says, unfortunately, we're too poor, so we can't even open up a festivity. Yeah, we can't even, yeah, we don't, yeah, unfortunately, because we're so poor, we can't open up our own district's festivities due to that factor every day like this. And that's why the automatic losing guaranteed event has been continuing from this day forward, but why don't we just invade the festivities, break down their altar physically and personally, and take it over from her? It says, oh my god, this girl said some ridiculous and heinous things even though she's a cute girl. It says, you must understand, we can't take any more light options here, okay? Now that we've increased in fighting force and power, now is the time to strike. Are we allowed to even do that? I think that's a little too much, even though we're trying to help Miyu out. Oh, wait. Hold on. I found it. I found it. The fire lamp slowly lights up the ominous night. The drums slowly but surely in a slow tempo echoing through the air. The masked sacrifice, the mysterious ritual, and the maiden that is not so happy. And then from there on out, everything goes explosion and goes all over the place. And the villagers gets angry or sad or run away. So れを足したのは冬木をぶっ壊す外からの来襲者巫女を強引に外の世界に連れ出すヒーロー。It says, yeah, the sad priestess, the foreigner, or aka the invader, right? Invader that destroy the old traditional culture. Yeah, the invader that destroy the old traditional cultures from the outside world, forcefully bring the priestess outside of her own safety zone. A hero. That's right. Therefore, if we were to destroy a cultic ritual of the village, it's very cultistic and village-like. Everybody's like, Nani? It's essentially, Uki said, breaking rituals is part of the trope. So we can do it. You're quite correct. Now that you mention it as such, I wholeheartedly agree. We do not know if this will give us a guaranteed victory on this battle, but a possibility now has risen. It says, yeah, by destroying the old tradition ritual, utilizing that factor, I believe we can showcase our traditional village style a lot more than ever before. And that will give us a tremendous amount of points if approved. That sounds good to me. Feeling of this village. Feeling of this village and this ritual or whatsoever, it's nothing more than plaything and make nothing more than a plaything and aka make a wish, right? Make believe. Nothing special against the real god we're facing, right? Who is this Lord Purizuma? I believe that we will not bother such false person or god, even if it's just a play ritual, get to be interrupted whatsoever. As a demon king of chaos, I welcome this option wholeheartedly. But how are we going to physically destroy them? I don't think we can go around lighting things on fire as an option, though. We gotta break the place as peacefully as possible. It says, we definitely need to ask Nicholas. Right, we definitely need to ask somebody that's Nicholas, who's in charge of destroying foreign objects and monsters. Maybe Hercules. Please try not to involve that person in all this. Oh, I wanted to ask you all this question. Apparently, in the Miyu district, in the village, there's something called like a worshipping like statue or something. Apparently they've obtained something like that and hidden it somewhere in their district. Oh, I heard about that. They use it to utilize it in the ritual, right? Not sure the details, but probably. I heard it's a large statue. It says normally, I think it's hidden somewhere between the temple or some hidden location. So if we were able to find it and obtain it before the ritual, they'll cause a panic because they can't properly do the daily ritual they've been doing, right? And then Ma-chan could utilize the weapon / idea that you came up with and attack with it. It probably could work. Do we have any idea where the quote-unquote statue could be hidden at? That's definitely the question. But we don't have much time before the ritual actually begins. I said we can lay low and see how it goes as a possibility too. 一応この外の見取り地ぐらいはありますよ。It says at least I have the basic knowledge of these this town area if you need a map or a guide. So there it is. I'm pretty sure that if me and Kuro were to go straight into the Miyu district, we'll get suspicion. I think we're gonna be hiding till the very end of the ritual. So we can only rely on you, Master, and the others to find out till the end, but... Well, you can't just show us a map without any hints. What is wrong with you all? Any other clues? A hint, huh? Did you just say a hint? Perhaps maybe something we had a hint. It's almost like... We don't have much time to think, though. We have to come up with a plan. It says, if you have some hypothesis or a lead that we can start tracking on, we'll move forward there. Anywho, we'll prepare our other weapon while you guys are getting the statue retrieved, okay? I wonder what the other weapon is. I hope you enjoyed this little charade, this occultic wildfire. We got chapter 10 called A Strange Village. But we will be reading that in the next chapter. TTFN, ta-ta for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.